Welcome to Butterfield Backstage Banter, the BSP podcast where host Jessica DeMent is joined backstage by her guests to banter about theater at Butterfield in Gainesville, Texas.
Hello and welcome to Butterfield Backstage Banter. My name is Jessica DeMent. I am your host, and today I am joined by Emery Tarrant. Hello, Emery.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good.
Thank you for joining me today. Emery is one of our actors in our upcoming Butterfield After Dark show, The Wolves. Emery, Emery, not Emily. My bad. The look on your face. As soon as it came out, I was like, that was wrong. And your face said the same thing. Sorry, y'all. Before we go any further down this chaos, can you tell the audience a little bit about your theater background?
So I've been doing theater since I was 10 or 11. It's been a long time. It's been 6.5 years. I've done about 25 shows here, cast and crew. I've done lots of tech, but my first show here was Physical Junior in 2018. And then my most recent show was Into the Woods Junior, where I played the baker's wife.
What was your favorite show that you've done with Butterfield?
It's I think either Into the Woods Junior, just because I love Into the Woods. It's my favorite musical, or Something Rotten. That one was just really, really fun, and it was with lots of my really good friends.
That was a really great show. I remember that one. It was so fabulous.
It was so much fun.
You were so great in it, too.
You.
I really loved you, though, in Mama Won't Fly, especially when you popped the red balloon and scared the ever-loving bejesus out of me.
Loved that show. That one was so much fun.
I imagine that was a fun role for you.
Lots of costume changes.
Yeah, it was. You had a lot of quick changes. There were a lot of quick changes in that show.
Yeah.
That was an intense show. For this show, The Wolves, what character do you play, and do you identify with your character?
I play number 8. Her actual name isn't revealed in the script, like most of the characters. And I do identify with her because she is very much a teenage girl. She says, "Oh my gosh," like every other sentence. She says like every other sentence. And she's just fun. She's fun, and she's just there to have a good time.
That's fun. That sounds like a fun character to get to play.
Yes.
When Allison and I talked about the show, we discussed some of the heavier topics that this show addresses, because there are some kind of heavy things in this show. Do any of those topics impact your character's journey at all?
Yes. Her mom died of cancer.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah. So that's a tough one. And my character in number 13, they kind of get into a little argument because all the teammates are making jokes about it, and that doesn't end well.
Yeah, I can imagine not. I couldn't imagine being a teenage girl and having to go through losing your mother. That's a really hard age to have to endure that kind of tragedy. Before this show, switching to something a little lighter, before this show, have you ever played soccer?
Oh, no.
No. Okay.
No. I haven't done sports since I was about 8. Found theater, and I was like, "Yep, this is it," and have been.
So, with not having much of an athletic background, have you found it difficult learning to play soccer for the show?
For sure. Well, it's interesting because it's kind of like dancing when you're in a musical. Like, we have like the choreography we do with the soccer and with kicking it, and so it's definitely different than what I'm used to, but it's easier than I thought it would be.
Well, that's good. That's good. What are some of the challenges that you've faced with this show as an actor?
The lines. It's set up really weird. Looking at the script is like looking at a nightmare. There's lots of lines going on at the same time, and lots of times you won't say a line for several pages, and then suddenly you're just talking. So it's really hard to, because you really have to stay in the moment, especially since we're basically all on stage the entire time.
Yeah. Wow. I know I've looked at the script and I've heard that from a few of the other people that it is very much the way that the script is structured is kind of difficult. And I imagine for the memorization aspect of it, that makes it very challenging.
Yes.
Because that's one of those that you really do need more of group practice for it.
Yeah.
How have you kind of overcome the challenge of the lines? What's up? Here's a ball.
Just gonna
We can just put that over there. Your interview is going to be the fun one.
wow.
Okay. That was the director, Allison Barron, just tossed the ball into us. You know, because that's how we roll.
Yeah.
So before the ball came flying, I asked how you've overcome the challenges with the lines. Like, what have been some of the things that you've been doing?
Definitely spent a lot more time with my script. Like, I'm like in school, whenever I don't have any assignments, I'm looking at my script. At home, when I have any downtime, I'm looking at my script.
Really just spending that time.
Yes.
That's good. What are some of the highlights of this process for you so far?
All of my castmates. I love them all. Some of my like closest friends are in this show, especially Tirsa because she just aged out of the youth production. So I thought, oh my gosh, I'm not going to be able to do a show with her for a long time. Nope, it was 1 month.
Yeah.
So it's really wonderful getting to be in a show with all my friends.
I bet. I keep hearing from all of you when I ask that question, the most common response is the cast and the camaraderie that you guys are building, which just keeps making me more and more excited for this show because obviously it is a team show, so we need that. But I just feel like shows are better in general whenever the cast has that sort of camaraderie behind the scenes.
Yes,
because then it makes them work more comfortably on stage together. So I'm so excited for y'all's show.
It's gonna be so good. I'm so excited.
Oh, do you have any funny stories or wins that you'd like to share with our audience?
Yes. So we actually didn't know if we were gonna be able to put on the show because we didn't know if we were gonna be able to have an entire cast. This is like, it's not a lot of people know about this show. I've loved this show for a while. I read this script sometime last year and I've been like, oh, I need to be in this show. And then after auditions, Allison called me and was like, hey, I need you to find 3 more people. I was like, I will do that. And I did. I did. And I'm very, very glad because I love this show and I'm really just having the most amazing time.
Yeah, I'm very glad that you did too because I'm looking forward to the show. I'm very excited. I don't want to give any spoilers because I know Allison has some secrets that she wants the audience to discover when they come, but I am so excited for the concept of the show and how it's going to be executed and the set and everything. I think our audience is really going to have fun with this one.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be really great. Well, to wrap up, can you tell the audience why you think they should definitely not miss this show?
It's really accurate to how teenage girls are. And I think a lot of people need to see that. A lot of people have this one idea of how teenage girls are. Like, oh my God,
Thank you for joining us. For more information, please visit butterfieldstage.org.